Hey guys, welcome back to Dad's Views. Today we got another Real Picks 3 movie selection and we're going to go for westerns. I got 3 bangers, so let's dive straight in. Let's run that VT. Right then guys, let's get in today's Real Picks. We're looking at 3 western movies. They're all bangers, but before we dive straight in, let me just first apologise. I've got a bit of noise in the background. I've got a fan running. The UK is currently having a bit of a heat wave and we don't have AC or aircon in any of our homes. So I've got a fan running in the corner. You may hear it, so apologies. But let's get into the movies. So my first pick is the 1992 Unforgiven, starring Clint Eastwood, also directed by Clint Eastwood. This is a quality film. This won 4 Oscars. This is a gritty, realistic and adult Western movie. I highly recommend it. So let me tell you a bit about the storyline. In a Midwest town, in a small Western town, there's a bordello with some working girls. And unfortunately, one of the girls gets beaten up and abused and sexually assaulted by some cowboys. After the assault, all the working girls decide to raise some money. They band together and they raise a bounty for tracking down the perpetrators of the assault. Now that's when the character that Clint Eastwood comes in. William Money is a retired gunfighter that now lives a quiet life as a farmer with his 2 children. But he decides, because he's short on funds, he's going to come out of retirement, and with his Fred, Ned, played by Morgan Freeman, he's going to track down the cowboys that hurt that lovely lady. That's basically the premise of the movie. The supporting cast is first class. We've got Gene Hackman playing Little Bill, the nasty sheriff of the town. We've got Richard Harris playing a visiting gunfighter. He comes in on the stagecoach and he gets a real kicking from Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman's character, Little Bill. This is a brilliant movie. Highly recommend it. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10 score. Okay. My second pick is the 1967 classic spaghetti western, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. This movie kicked off the trilogy by Sergio Leone of all the spaghetti westerns. The Good, the Bad and the Ugly stands for Clint Eastwood, the good, Lee Van Cleef, the bad, and the ugly is Eli Wallach. The premise of the movie is that basically all 3 at some point work together or backstab each other to get to the hidden Confederate gold, which is buried somewhere. And they all conspire against one another to get the drop and find the gold before the others. This is a brilliant film. This is really entertaining. Clint Eastwood again plays the man with no name, even though he's got a name in the movie, Blondie. But what sets this movie apart is firstly the musical score by Ennio Morricone, which who did all the music for the trilogy, and also the sets and locations that weren't filmed in the States. They were actually filmed in Spain and Italy, hence why they were referred to as the spaghetti westerns. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. Incidentally, the other 2 movies in the trilogy are also very good. Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More. I recommend those as well. Brilliant films. Right, here's my top pick of my three today. We're going to go for the original Magnificent Seven. This is an absolute banger, a classic, starring Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, Robert Vaughn, James Coburn, Brad Dexter, Horst Buckholst. Forgive me if the pronunciation isn't very good. We got a 1960, directed by John Sturges, the famous director that also did The Great Escape. Now, the music to this movie is absolutely phenomenal, composed by the brilliant composer Elmer Bernstein. I'm going to give this one a score out of 10 out of 10. The premise of the story is the same as the classic Japanese martial arts movie, The Seven Samurai. Basically, some Mexican villagers are being harassed and bullied into giving their food and money to some Mexican bandits. So they go and hire the Magnificent Seven to protect them from the bandits. For me, this is my favourite Western of all time, especially the opening scene where Yul Brynner and Steve McQueen borrow the coach wagon to ride the. It's not a wagon. They agree to take the hearse up to Boot Hill and lay a man to rest. Very, very brilliant movie. Highly recommend it. So, guys, what are your thoughts on my movies today? Okay, please join the conversation in the comments below. If you like my content, please like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell, and I'll see you on the next one soon. Bye for now.